Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about the stomach, location and external features. Synonyms of stomach. In Greek it is gaster, in Latin it is venter. The stomach is the widest and most distensible part of the alimentary canal between the esophagus and the duodenum. The main functions of the stomach are forms a reservoir of food, mixes food with gastric secretion to form a semi-fluid substance called chyme, controls the rate of delivery of chyme into the small intestine to allow proper digestion and absorption in the small intestine, and hydrochloric acid secreted by the gastric gland destroys bacteria present in the food and drink. Caseal intrinsic factor present in the gastric juice helps in the absorption of vitamin B12 in the small intestine. Okay. Next, coming to the location. The stomach is situated in the upper left part of the abdomen, occupying left hypochondriac, umbilical and epigastric regions. It extends obliquely from left hypochondriac region into the epigastric region. Okay. Most of the stomach lies under cover of left costal margin and lower ribs. Okay guys, coming to the figure, this figure shows the location of stomach. Okay, this stomach occupies the upper left part of the abdomen. Okay, and it present in the regions left. This is the left hypochondriac region. This is the right hypochondriac region. First see the regions guys. This is the umbilical region and this is the epigastric region, and coming to this is the hypogastric region. These are the lumbar regions. Okay, these are the regions. We need only the three regions now. Umbilical region. Okay, this is at center. This is the umbilical region. Okay, upper sides. Okay, this is the chondriac region, left chondriac region, and this is the epigastric region. Okay, stomach occupies the three regions: left hypochondriac region, epigastric region and umbilical region. Okay, stomach occupies obliquely and it extends from left hypochondriac region to the epigastric region. Okay, if you see, it extends from here to here, left hypochondriac region to epigastric region. Okay guys, next, it presents under the cover of costal margin and under the lower ribs. Okay guys, next, coming to the shape. The shape is mostly J-shaped. Its long axis passes downward, forward and to the right and finally backward and slightly upward. It tapers from the fundus of the left of the median plane to the narrow pylorus slightly to the right of the median plane. It tapers from the fundus on the left of the median plane to the narrow pylorus slightly to the right of the median plane. Note: both the shape and position of the stomach vary greatly according to the build of an individual. It is high and transverse Steer-horn type in short obese person, low and elongated in tall and weak persons. Even in the same individual, the shape of the Stomach depends upon the volume of the fluid or food it contains, position of the body, erect or supine position, phase of respiration. The shape of the stomach is studied by radiographic examination using barium meal. Generally, four types of shapes of stomach are seen in the barium meal X-ray. Okay, first see the four types. What are the four types? Okay, next we see diagram. Reversed L-shaped, J-shaped, semi-lunar shaped, stair horn shaped. These are the four types. Okay, first reversed L shape. See, reversed L shape. If you observe this is reversed L shape stomach. If you see this diagram, this is J shaped. Next, coming to this diagram, this is semi-lunar shaped. Okay, this is stair horn shaped. Stair horn shaped is nothing but in short obese. Okay, short obese persons, stomach is high and transverse. See, it is transverse, like it is high and transverse. Okay, this type of stomach, that is stair horn shaped stomach, is seen in the short obese persons. Next, size and capacity. Length 10 inches. Capacity, the capacity of the stomach is variable as the stomach is highly distensible. At birth, the capacity is only 30 ml. At puberty, the capacity is 1000 ml. In adults, the capacity is 1500 to 200 ml. Okay, with increase in age, the capacity of stomach distensibility also increases. Next, coming to external features. The stomach represents the following external features: two ends, cardiac and pyloric; two curvatures, greater and lesser; two surfaces, anterior and posterior. Anterior means it is anterior superior, posterior means posterior inferior. First, coming to the figure, this figure shows the external features of the stomach. First, two ends, cardiac and pyloric. Cardiac and pyloric end. Okay. Next, two curvatures, lesser curvature, greater curvature. Okay. Next, two surfaces. This is the anterior superior surface and posterior inferior surface is not shown in here. First, ends, cardiac end, upper end. It joins the upper end of the esophagus and presents an orifice called cardiac orifice. Next, pyloric end or lower end. It joins the proximal end of the duodenum and presents an orifice called pyloric orifice. The stomach is relatively fixed at upper and lower end but mobile in between. This table shows the differences of cardiac and pyloric orifice of the stomach. First, cardiac orifice. It is present at the junction between the lower end of the esophagus and stomach and marks the level at which curvature begins. Next, pyloric orifice. It is at the junction between the pyloric end of the stomach and first part of the duodenum. Next, it is situated to the left of the median plane behind the left seventh costal cartilage, 2.5 cm from its junction within the sternum at the level of lower border of the T11. Next, coming to the pyloric orifice. It is about 1.5 cm to the right of the median plane at the lower border of L1. It is transpyloric plane. Okay, next coming to the cardiac orifice. It does not have an anatomical sphincter but is gradually by a physiological sphincter. Next, coming to pyloric sphincter. It has anatomical pyloric sphincter formed by the thickening of a circular cord of muscle assisted by a deep set of longitudinal fibers of the stomach. Okay. Next, coming to the note. The cardiac end of the stomach is less mobile and less likely to vary in position, whereas pyloric end of the stomach is more mobile and more likely to vary in position. Next, coming to the curvatures of stomach. The stomach presents two curvatures, lesser and greater. First, lesser curvature. It is concave, forms the shorter right of the stomach. Most dependent part of this curvature, the angular notch. Angular notch or incisura angularis indicates the junction of the body and pyloric part. The lesser curvature provides attachment to the lesser omentum. Next, greater curvature. It is convex and forms the longer left border of the stomach at its upper end. This curvature presents a cardiac notch. At its upper end, this curvature presents a cardiac notch which separates it from the left aspect of the esophagus. The greater curvature provides attachment to the greater omentum, gastrosplenic and gastrophrenic ligaments. Once again, the greater curvature provides attachment to the greater omentum, gastrosplenic and gastrophrenic ligaments. If you see this diagram, this greater curvature provides the cardiac notch. Okay, it forms the cardiac notch. Next, and the attachments to greater curvature are greater omentum, gastrosplenic and gastrophrenic ligaments. Next, coming to the surfaces, anterior superior and posterior inferior surface. Anterior superior surface, it faces forward and upward. Posterior inferior, it faces backward and downward. Okay guys, in next video we are going to learn about the parts of stomach. There are 4 parts. Okay, cardiac part, fundus, body and pyloric part. Okay, we see that in next video. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.